A few years ago, if a company wanted to grow faster, the answer was usually straightforward. You need to hire more people. If you need more leads, then expand the sales teams. If you need more campaigns, then add more marketers. If you need more content, bring in more writers and designers. Because growth and headcount were closely linked. The bigger the business became, the bigger the team needed to become. But today, something interesting is happening. Companies are now gaining access to more technology than ever before, especially AI. Yet many of them are still struggling with the exact same negative effects they faced years ago. In fact, marketing budgets in 2026 remain relatively flat at around 7.7% of revenue, while nearly 60% of CMOs say they don't have enough budget to execute their strategies effectively. At the same time, there are more than 15,000 marketing technology solutions available in the market. So the question is obvious. If businesses have more tools than ever before, why aren't they moving faster? Welcome back to AMP, the Autonomous Marketing Playbook by Cognitive. Today, we are talking about the difference between adding AI to your marketing strategy and actually building a system that can scale with it. Because those are not the same thing. When most businesses talk about scaling marketing, they immediately start by discussing technology, which platforms to buy, which AI tools should we implement. But we all know that's often looking at the system rather than the cause. And they are, most of the time, a disaster. The core issue isn't lack of tools, but a lack of speed. Companies often respond too slowly to customers' act. A demo request waits overnight, or a cart abandonment email arrives too late. These small delays accumulate across thousands of interactions, creating major revenue loss. Scalability breaks not from demand or technology, but from slow response cycles. And the reason why most AI strategies don't solve the problem is because most companies think AI adoption means generating more content, writing faster emails, or answering prompts with ChatGPT. But faster output doesn't automatically create better outcomes. We all know this while abiding by deadlines. If sales still respond slowly, operations remain disconnected, and teamwork in silos, AI simply accelerates existing inefficiencies. The result isn't an AI powered business. So, what is it? Well, it's a collection of tools solving isolated problems. And that's why many AI initiatives create activity without creating transformation. Now, let's look at a different approach to the same problem. Let's look at a company that approached the challenge differently. Wow Influencer was facing a fairly common issue. As inbound interest increased, the process qualifying leads became a bottleneck. Every inquiry required human review, every qualification decision required human judgment, and every needed to be scheduled manually. As lead volume grew, response time grew as well. The traditional solution would have been straightforward to hire more people. Instead, they redesigned the workflow itself. The company implemented AI inbound revenue agent and trained it using specific ideal customer profile criteria. The agent wasn't answering questions or collecting information. It was given the authority to evaluate incoming leads, determine whether they met qualification requirement, route them appropriately, and schedule meeting automatically. That's a very different approach. Rather than helping employees complete individual tasks, the agent became responsible for an entire outcome. And the results were significant. Response time dropped from hours to around 90 seconds. The system operated continuously 24 hours a day. And most importantly, booked call conversation rate reportedly reached 82%. What's interesting here isn't the technology itself. The real lesson is that they stopped using AI as a tool and started using it as a part of operating model. High performing organizations don't just automate tasks, they keep redesigning workflows around outcomes, as if asking how to remove delays, handoffs, and bottlenecks. They operate a customer intelligence, collect, unify, understand, decide, and engage. While most firms takes days to complete this cycle across disconnected system, leading organization execute it in seconds, turning insights into immediate action. If you're trying to understand what makes these systems work, it helps to think about them as three layers. The first layer is foundation layer. This is where strategy and context live. Your brand positioning, customer profiles, messaging guidelines, business goals, and customer data all sit here. Without strong foundation, even most advanced AI systems will struggle because it lacks the context needed to make a good decision. The second layer is execution layer. This is where most of the visible activity happens. Agents create content, manage campaigns, optimize advertising, qualify leads, send communication, and execute workflows. It is the operational engine that turns strategy into action. The third layer is often overlooked. It is arguably the most important one. It monitors outcomes, identifies patterns, evaluates performance, and feeds those learning back into the system. Without optimization, automation simply repeats the same action. With automation, the system gets smarter over time. Together, these three layers create a structure that can do far more than automate tasks. They create a system that can continuously improve. One of the biggest decisions is whether to use a composable stack or a more integrated agentic architecture. A composable approach creates multiple specialized tools like data performance analytics, marketing systems, and AI application. It offers flexibility and allows companies to choose best in class solutions. The real challenge is speed. As data moves across multiple platforms, delays increase and decision making becomes slower. And agentic architecture takes a more unified approach. Data, intelligence, decisions, and execution operate within the same environment, enabling faster responses and near real time actions. The trade off is platform dependency. You gain speed and coordination but may sacrifice some flexibility. And neither approach is universally better. The right choice depends on what your business values and how quickly it needs to act. Many people see autonomous systems as job replacement, but they are better viewed as force multipliers. Small teams can achieve outcomes once requiring entire departments. For marketer, the role is shifting from manual execution to orchestrations, setting objectives, defining guardrails, monitoring performance, and continuously improving systems. If we are exploring autonomous marketing, start with a repetitive, high volume workflow such as leading, scheduling, and onboarding. Avoid accumulating disconnected AI tools that create complexities and silos. Most importantly, ensure your data is accurate and unified, because even the smartest agents can only make decisions based on the information they receive. AI discussions often focus on content, productivity, and automation, but the real opportunity is deeper, reducing the gap between customer intent and business action. Winners won't be those with most tools, but those who redesign workflows, remove delays, and build learning systems. Traditional automation follows a fixed instructions. AI agents generate and refine the next one, shifting from automation to autonomy. This is AMP, the Autonomous Marketing Playbook by Cognitude. See you in the next episode.